Hello and welcome to this spectacular, no, amazing, no, astonishing, no, sensational, no, ultimate piece of bonus boy gob from DWN Productions THC podcast, sponsored by Fast Custom Shirts here at boygob.com. YouTube page, because that's where we put the bonus stuff. I am the fantastical banana spider hero boy, Earth Force 69 Spider Man, and I just came back from watching the new Spider Verse movie. What new Spider Verse movie? Because it might not be the new one when you see this. I just got done watching Across the Spider Verse, the second installment in the animated Miles Morales saga. This one wasn't as good as the first one, dogs. I think the first Spider-Verse movie, probably the best Spider-Man movie that has been made to date. What date? The date that I'm recording this now. When is it? June 1st, 2023, the year of our Lord. So it was okay. I had high hopes because the first one was so good, and I didn't have high hopes for the first one. So funny how those things work. In this one, it starts out with Gwen Stacy from the last movie in her timeline, and she's chasing down the Vulture. This is a very stereotypical Italian Vulture, and he talks like what Super Mario should have sounded like in the Super Mario movie. And he's the animation style for him is like sketched out on brown paper, like old Italian drawings and what have you. That was one of my main problems with this movie. They just do so many different animation styles. I know there were slight differences in the styles of the characters in the first one, but in this one they really go ham, no pun intended, on these and make them radically different, and sometimes the characters just feel really, really out of place. I get it's supposed to be all these Spider-Men from all different dimensions, spider people. Sorry. From all different dimensions and stuff, so they're gonna look different, but a lot of it just looks out of place in this movie to where in the last one it really kind of all blended together and looked cool. Uh Yeah, it's not only the characters, but like the backgrounds and everything's just this weird amalgamation of different animation styles. Maybe you'll like it. Uh it works a lot better in Gumball, I'll tell you that. If you haven't seen that show, that's a good one with a bunch of different animation styles coming together to make a unique piece of work. It just didn't really work for me here. There was like a Lego segment, and I guess because the dudes who made this made the Lego movie, they did that. So it didn't look great. It looked okay. I'm a fan of stop motion. Usually I'll eat up anything stop motion, but didn't look the best. So back to the story. Gwen is fighting the Vulture in her dimension, and then Miguel O'Hara and Spider Woman, they call her Jess Drew in this one, short for Jessica. Teehee. And they come to save her in this one. They tell her all about how there's like the secret headquarters of all different Spider-Mens, and they're trying to preserve the dimensions or something like that, kind of like the Men in Black, but for Spider-Mans. So her dad in that timeline is Captain Stacy. She comes out to her dad, "Happy Pride Month, everybody." Not that she's a homosexual, but that she's a Spider-Man's. And her dad's like, "I don't care. I'm gonna arrest you anyways." So she goes to the other dimension to be with the Men in Black Spider-Mans, and then we cut to Miles Morales. He's getting into his own, trying to get into college, or he's 15 in this, so I guess they're preparing him for whatever college he'll get into and all that. And they a new villain, not a new villain, an old villain that was never really good, but a new villain in this movie, the Spot. He's kind of a bumbling dick in this one. He was fired from, I forget what the lab was called, but it's the same one in the last one. It's not Oscorp. I can't remember, something with an A. It'll come to me as soon as I'm done recording this. But he's the guy in the last movie that Spider-Man hit with a bagel that said bagel on his head, and everybody went ape shit for that. Somehow when the collider went off, it messed with him and turned him into this interdimensional type being with portal powers called the Spot. He blames Spider-Man for this, and him being sort of a bumbling dick, he's not able to fight him, so he's just like, "I'm gonna go to all these dimensions and make the biggest super collider ever, and then I'll be unstoppable." And he does. So from there, it's Spider Gwen and the rest of the Spider-Man time cops going after the Spot, but not really, because after the Spot does his thing where he actually turns into this mega powered interdimensional demon, not demon, but deity, something, whatever. The story kind of changes focus to where now all the Men in Black time cop Spider-Man are after Miles Morales. And we kind of just let the Spot fall by the wayside because, after all, this is a two-part movie. In this first part was about, I think it said 2 hours, 17 minutes. Way, way, way too long. You know, if you like, "Oh, it's that Spider-Man and that Spider-Man. Look, it's that one too." You'll eat that up. If that's why you like Spider-Man, whatever the newest home one is with Toby and Garfield, you'll probably like this one for the same reasons. I'll admit I marked out when I saw the Spectacular Spider-Man, the one from the animated series. He pops up in here for a second. Not much to it, but that was just kind of cool to see. But the rest was just like, yeah, all right. Ben Riley shows up for a little bit. He's like a dark, brooding 90s comic guy, and they do him with the style of the time. So, I mean, that was all right to see, but there's not a whole lot of like the Spider-Man. You probably think, "Oh, is this one in it? Is this one in it?" Yeah, they are, but not for so long. And it's just kind of like a cameo, doesn't really have any weight to it. There's an Indian Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099. He's one of the main characters in it. Never got into that, so I don't know how accurate it is to the source material, but he's in it. Uh Jessica Drew's in it, but she's black and pregnant, so it's probably not the one you're thinking of. Spider Gwen's back. The Spider-Mans from the last movie, they're in it. Not a whole hell of a lot, but that's more setting up the next movie we'll get in a year. Yeah, there's a good message in there about, even if you want to fit in with the clique and you think this is where you belong because they're your people, just do you. That's, I think, the main thing. Just believe in yourself and just do you. Some nice family moments in here, but that went on for a while. It was just okay. It was a lot. It was a lot to take in animation wise in all different kinds put together. I don't know. Hopefully they tone it back a little bit for the next one. It's just a shame because it wasn't as good as Into the Spider-Verse, if I remember that being the accurate title. Go see it if you want. It's it's just okay, but you might just eat it up because that's what you like, and if that's what you like, more power to you. So yeah, that's about it. Head on over to dwnproductions.net. Check out all my masks, busts, props, art, and all that stuff that I make. Maybe there's something you like. Oh, gotta go this way. Maybe there's something you like. Fastcustomshirts.com. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of t-shirt designs, all at extremely reasonable prices. So go over there and check out all the t-shirts. And hey, if you're already watching this, might as well subscribe. Check out our full episodes of podcasts where we talk about movies, and every week we talk about an issue of the Amazing Spider-Man, including the annuals. I think going into this newest issue, we will be on issue 161. The last issue, I think, was the annual that the Human Fly was in. I think there was one after that, but the Tinkerer, the Tinkerer came back, and plot twist again. He's not really an alien. That was a disguise too. So this movie was better than the Amazing Spider-Man series has been so far. I'll say that. So once again, dwnproductions.net, fastcustomshirts.com, boygob.com, thwip thwip, and most of all, boy gob.